In 2015, the trustees of Gilbert, White and the Oates collections decided that we must rescue its 18th century stable yard from imminent decay. This has been a wonderful opportunity to restore historic buildings, creating a beautiful new entrance to our museum and garden, and also make our organisation more sustainable, a gateway for visitors to explore the natural world. There will be room for a much larger cafe, easily accessible for all. We would be able to reorientate our museum with a new reception and shop all within the historical stable yard. In addition, we wanted to find ways to improve our museum, how to store and display our collections to accommodate the books given to us by our original patron, Robert Washington Oates, in the 1950s, all in accordance with modern collection standards. How to present the life and work of Frank Oates in an exciting way designed to appeal to all visitors. And finally, how to offer our visitors the best possible experience to explain the lives of our three explorers of the natural world, Gilbert White, Captain Lawrence Oates and Frank Oates, in the most interesting way. So we added several other ingredients to our project. A new gallery to Frank Oates, who explored America and Southern Africa in the 1860s and 70s. A new library space for adults and children to learn about the heritage of exploration and natural history, as well as the present-day natural world. A new room to introduce our three explorers, and new storage and work areas for our collections, staff and volunteers. A much bigger car park to accommodate our visitors, and new facilities for our gardeners. So the planning began. Hampshire County Council were very generous with architect services and financial support, and the Heritage Lottery Fund agreed to support us with a grant of 1.8 million. Over 3 million had to be raised, and applications were made to a number of trusts, foundations and private donors to raise the necessary funds, alongside other fundraising campaigns such as a sponsored walk following in the footsteps of Gilbert White between Selborne and Oxford. The funds were mostly in place by the end of 2016, and work started in February 2017 on converting the stable yard, moving on into the main building that September. With the project well underway, we intend to open the new areas in time for Easter 2018. The museum will continue to be open throughout the process with some limited access. But what can we look forward to in 2018? The stable yard, which was likely built in 1765, would have been an integral part of Gilbert White's daily life, made up of 3 stables and a brewhouse. Here, Gilbert would have housed his pony, Mouse, worked alongside his household, stored his possessions, and even used the space to rescue the odd chicken.
My bantam chickens, which have been kept in the scullery every night for fear of the rats that carried away the first brood from the brewhouse, went up last week to the beam over the stable.
Gilbert White enjoyed brewing beer and often compared his successes with his brother Henry.
Brother Harry's strong beer, which was brewed last Easter Monday with the Hordeum Nudum, is now tapped and incomparably good. It's somewhat deeper coloured than beer usually is in this country, not from the malts being higher dried, but perhaps from the natural colour of the grain. The barrel was by no means new, but old and seasoned. Wheat, it seems, makes also high-coloured beer.
The stable yard is teeming with history, as has become apparent from our efforts to restore it, and will soon once again be an area bustling with people. The stables will become a cafe, with room for twice the amount of customers as the previous tea parlour. We'll be able to have a more varied menu, longer opening hours, and are excited to think of all the new recipes that will be featured, using more local produce from around Hampshire and our own kitchen garden. As you enter the museum, you will find a new gallery which will introduce you to our 3 explorers of the natural world, Gilbert White, Frank Oates and Lawrence Oates, and what binds these stories together. In the new Frank Oates Gallery, you will be led on a journey of natural discovery and overcoming the odds, as you experience Frank's story, from the Yorkshire Moors, through Central America, and finally to his expedition to Africa to reach Victoria Falls. The gallery will be full of sights and sounds, with great interactive displays and fascinating artefacts. The old shop will be a temporary exhibition space, meaning that no two visits will ever be the same. The area will celebrate contemporary explorers of the natural world, and it will be a space to learn about the natural world around you, whether you're 3 or 103. Parts of the project are already in use. Our car park, completed in autumn 2016, is now much larger. Our garden team have moved into their new purpose-built HQ, where they're able to use the new greenhouse to help support Gilbert's garden and our plant sales. The old kitchen was renovated in summer 2017 to allow for future demonstrations and for the use of our volunteer flower arrangers. The bright shade of blue was commonly used in the 18th century to detract flies. We hope you enjoy your visit to Gilbert White and the Oates collections, and that you return in spring 2018 to see the amazing changes and improvements we have made. We also hope that you will be inspired to take a journey into the natural world with us.